Hello friends, welcome to the Plant Science Forum. In this series of talk about the systematic position and economic importance of some angiospermic plant families, today's topic of discussion is family Apocynaceae. This is the systematic position for the family Apocynaceae as per the Bentham-Hooker and Angler-Pranton system of classification. Unlike Angler-Pranton system of classification, Bentham and Hooker had proposed the series bicarpellity as an intermediate taxon between the subclass and the order. Also, to understand the difference between both the system, just look at the different suffix used after the name of the taxon. Again, another difference is that both the system of classification had proposed different names for the subclass and order. There are many more differences in these two systems of classification, but here I have discussed only with respect to this slide for systematic position. This significant family is distributed in tropical and subtropical regions of the world. Apocynaceae has about 200 genera and 2000 species globally. In India, this family is represented by 30 genera and 84 species. Here are some of the common plants. Most of them you might have observed in your surrounding. Thievesia peruviana, Nerium indicum, Catharanthus roseus, Plumeria aquitifolia, Rolfia serpentina, Adenium, Tabermontana divaricata. Among them, most of them are used as ornamental plants and some of them possesses medicinal properties. Number 3, Catharanthus roseus is very important medicinal plant. It has the presence of vincristine and vinblastine, which are anticancerous alkaloids. The members of the Apocynaceae shows diverse habits from herb, shrub, twiner, lianas and rarely trees. Lianas are woody climbers. The common feature observed in almost all members of the family is presence of milky latex. As being the member of dicot, plant shows taproot system and in some tuberous roots are present. Stem is aerial and erect, mostly herbaceous, in some woody and climbing. It shows the presence of latex. Leaves are exstipulate, ramal and colline. Colline leaf means when the leaves are found on the node of the stem, and ramal leaves means when leaves are found on the branches of the stem. Phyllotaxy is opposite or whorled. Sometimes alternate phyllotaxy is also present. Again, as a member of dicot, leaf venation is reticulate. Here you can see the various vegetative characters of the family Apocynaceae. Just see, Catharanthus pusillus shows the herb habit while Vincetoxin is a shrub. Plumera is tree, Parvularia is a climber and Landolfia is a liana. Here this is the milky latex exuding from the stem, which is common character in the family. Here you can see leaves arises on both sides of the node, so phyllotaxy is opposite. Here four leaves are arising from the nodal portion in a circular fashion, so phyllotaxy is whorled. Here in Pachypodium it shows the thorny stem. Just zoom and you can see the arrangement of leaves on axis. Now let's discuss the floral characters of the family Apocynaceae. Please note that images shown here are for representation of the characters concerned and not necessarily belongs to the family. Inflorescence is cymose or racemose and rarely solitary or umbellate cyme. Just see here Racemose inflorescence axis is indefinite. Older flower is at the base and younger is at the apex. In cymose, inflorescence axis is terminated by the older flower and younger flower is at the base. Solitary means growing single flower on the floral axis. Umbellate cyme is a type of mixed inflorescence. In this, the central flower subtended by umbellate branching. Initial dichasium is succeeded by monochasia. Flower shows the presence of bract. These are the bract. Bracts are leaf-like structure present at the base of the pedicel. They are hermaphrodite, means having both male and female sex organ. As you can see here, this is stigma and these are anther lobes. Again see, these are anther lobes and this is stigma. Flowers are actinomorphic, means it can be divided into equal halves by any plane passing through the center. Flowers are mostly hypogynous, means floral whorls such as calyx, corolla and androecium arises from the base of the ovary. Flowers are often with corona. Corona means short hair-like structure or appendages arising at the mouth of corolla. As you can see here, these hair-like structure, they are corona. Now come to calyx and corolla. Sepals are 5 and gamosepalous, means the sepals are fused. As you can see here, sepals are fused. Aestivation is quincuncial, means two sepals are completely inside and two are completely outside, while one is alternating. In these members, odd sepal is posterior, means nearer to the mother axis. Petals are 5 and fused, so gamopetalous. Aestivation is twisted or valvate. Twisted means all the members of the whorls are alternating to each other, while valvate means no overlapping and members are lying adjacent to each other. Corolla is salver shaped, meaning the corolla tube is long with the limb placed at the right angle to the corolla tube. Just here, this is the corolla tube. Just a minute. This is the corolla tube and the limbs of the corolla are placed perpendicular to it. Another shape of corolla is campanulate type, means corolla is like a bell, as you can see here. Corona like outgrowth is present as we had discussed in the previous slide. Now let's discuss androecium and gynoecium. Stamens are 5. In this longitudinal section, two anthers are visible and they are attached to a corolla tube, so epipetalous. As the stamens are free from each other, so called polyandrous. As you can see, length of filament is very short. Stamens are not protruding outside the corolla, so they are inserted. Stamens are facing toward the gynoecium, so they are introse, and shape of anther lobe is just like arrowhead. Now in gynoecium, carpels are 2 and separated, so apocarpus. In some, carpels are united at apex and free at the base. Just see here, below are two ovaries, but at the apex, stigma is united to form a single structure. As we had discussed in previous slides, flower is hypogynous. It ultimately means gynoecium is superior, that is arising above all the other floral walls. Ovary is usually bilocular, having two or many ovules. Here you can see a transverse section of ovary having two ovules in each locule with marginal placentation. The fruits are generally pair of follicles, which you can see here. These are pair of follicles. Example is Catharanthus roseus. In some, fruits are drupe. As you can see, example is Thivacea peruviana. Pollination in this family is entomophilous. Floral formula for Catharanthus roseus of this family is given here as bracteate, actinomorphic, bisexual, calyx 5, they are fused, so gamosepalous, corolla 5, they are fused, so gamopetalous, androecium 5 but separated, so polyandrous, and androecium is present on the corolla, so they are epipetalous. Gynoecium is 2, they are fused at the apex, so they are syncarpous, and gynoecium is superior, flower is hypogynous, so G is underlined. Diagnostic features of the family are tree, herb or shrub with milky latex, simple, opposite or whorled phyllotaxy, epipetal stamens, corolla is usually salver, rotate or contorted shape, fruit is pair of follicle, and some members sometimes it shows capsule, drupe or berry. Here you can see a floral diagram for the family. Now these are some of the economically important plants of the family with their economic and medicinal properties. Nerium indicum, Catharanthus roseus, Thivacea peruviana, Rolfia serpentina. I hope you understood the topic. If you like the video, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you.